don't. I know I won't get it in. Did you have it on your field?
So this is the very last team where we.
Well, I'm not sure what game that is, but right now we're focused on the Duke's Mayo kickoff class right here, right down the street.
Right down the street.
Yeah, that's where our focus is.
And now to my real question. In Ohio, stability comes to mind when you think of what you did there. Your first season there, I believe you only won 3 games, but then, man, you built a culture. I think you had 3 10-win seasons there, as BJ said, won the MAC championship. But stability, last year, because I remember for radio, I called your Cure Bowl. You were the only team in the nation that didn't lose anyone in the portal. So that, to me, is stability. And then you come to Charlotte, which has been dealing with instability the last couple of years. So kind of contrast that of what you came from and now what you're dealing with.
I'm very proud of that. And to have the stability you're talking about, the portal comment, I mean, that speaks to the administration at Ohio University.
Yeah.
Director Cromer, Brian Smith, John Hauser, and the staff. I mean, right? I mean, that's really humbling for that, and I'm so proud to be a small part of that. Moving forward, we aspire to do those things here.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's the truth. That first season as the head coach, it's a 1-point loss, a 2-point loss, a 3-point loss, and a 7-point loss, and nobody panicked. And look where they are today. And I'm just Brooke and I are so humbled to be there 20 years. And we're excited about the future here.
Yeah.
Coach, let's talk about your quarterback room. There's going to be a quarterback competition.
Yep.
Grayson Loftus is there, Connor Harrell, Zach as well. What have you seen from each one of these quarterbacks, and when do you feel like you'll feel comfortable enough to name your starter for the season?
Yeah, this is going to be a very intense evaluation process. All 3 are capable. All 3 have started Division I games. They can create with their feet. They can extend plays. They can use the run game if you want to. They got all the characteristics that you want in the quarterback. It's going to be, I'm going to say it, to make it fair and get the right one out there, you're probably going to have to do some live work with them. That's a tough one. I'm saying that now. 2 weeks from now, I might change my mind. But I just think that's going to give us the best chance to get a true evaluation on it. We're in a good spot, but this next month is going to be important.
Coach, you did an interview with Maria earlier in the year, and you said something really cool. Body language doesn't whisper, it screams. You have some players on your team. You're their 3rd head coach, so that dynamic. How is body language?
I appreciate you bringing that up. I'm a big proponent of it because my body language is not very good at times, right? And I get told about it when I get home. But back to like Johnny. I mean, Johnny, it is his 3rd head coach. Yeah. It's also he's on his 9th offensive line coach. Hey, Charlotte cannot be a bus stop. Yeah. From the roster standpoint, they can't be a best stop with the coaching standpoint, right? Well, how do you fix that? Winning. You guys just stick around, right? It's pretty simple. I told them the second meeting, look, guys, our staff, it's not us versus you. It's us with you. We got to develop a learning mindset. Don't cut corners. And staff's done an unbelievable job, support staff included, to create an environment that the guys want to buy in. You said, well, he didn't buy in or he didn't buy in. No, that starts with the staff, and we've got to lead them.
Talking about your staff, bringing offensive coordinator Todd Finch, who was at LSU, spent some time at Ohio State. What ultimately went into the decision, and why was he the guy to run your offense?
That was an easy one, and really, I'll say the best group of 6 hired, in my opinion. And it's my last one. I said from day one it would be my last one. He's never worked with Todd, studied his film. He's worked with 2 close friends. I mean, he's a quarterback whisperer. He was at Ohio State before that. Yep. He's been coordinators all over the place. SEC. I think he's got 16 years in the Carolinas. That didn't hurt either. But he's a good person, all right, and he is going to develop those guys. So he's going to get that battle. He's on top of it.
Well, the program that you mentioned, Coach, just had been a bus stop in years past, right?
Yep.
How important is it when you come in to have a guy like Johnny King stay and just help kind of bring some of those other players together?
I got the job out of town. Charlotte, UNC Charlotte just finished finals. I didn't have any in-person meetings. It's all on the phone. Called everybody on the team, parents. Johnny's from North Carolina. I said, I'm back from the Hall of Fame on Friday morning. He was in my office 9 o'clock in the morning. First in-person I had. Hour meeting. Just laid it all out. Just laid it all out for on my vision, what we're gonna do. And Johnny had all kind of offers, and I just told him, and then went on to the next thing. It's the most powerful conversation. What a great man. He loves UNC Charlotte. Just down the road, I get a call probably 3 days later. He says, Coach, I'm canceling my last visit, and I'm in. And I said, wow. Then guess what? Snowball. It started snowballing.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier about the Queen City, how great it is. It's a great place to recruit. It seems like the administration, with your hiring and renovations going on the States, it seems like there's a new commitment almost to football. Talk about that.
Yeah, we have a $60 million expansion, and when our stadium starts this August. Excuse our dust. We're right. 3,000 square foot kitchen. That was not in my thought process at all in the decision. It was what I told you.
Yeah.
All right. But hey, it's a thing, and on the commitment piece of that, it's going to help us propel this thing in recruiting.
Yeah.
It's again very, very exciting times.
Coach, you mentioned it earlier, right? You guys kick off the season in the Duke Mayo kickoff right here, Bank of America Stadium, Appalachian State, another team that's in the Carolina. Just talk about the excitement about that, playing another team from Carolina in front of a national stage at a professional stadium.
I mean, I'm so happy for our student athletes to get to be involved with that, and we've had our best academic performance semester-wise and cumulative-wise from spring to summer. Our guys are going to graduate. They're going to be here working in the Queen City. It's all corporate America, the fifth largest, fastest growing city there is. I mean, it's really exciting. I think that the venue, our guys they want to go try to play on Sundays, right? They're going to get a chance to play in that beautiful stadium in front of our fan base and our opponent's fan base. It should be electric.
Coach, we've talked a lot about this to some of the other coaches that were here at the desk with us, but just the strength of the American Conference in the past couple of years. When you took this job here at Charlotte, how excited were you to be a part of a conference that has been so successful?
That was part of the decision. I will tell you. Commissioner Pernetti and his vision. You look from top to bottom, all 14 schools. I mentioned before earlier, but I mean Army, Navy. Are you kidding me? I mean, I grew up 3 channels, CBS. Roger Staubach, 1965. He's 1965 Heisman Trophy winner at Army, right? I mean, it's very powerful. A lot of great coaches. The bowl trophy last year, I think we were 6-2, 8 out of the 8 teams got qualified. Yeah. Pretty powerful.
And what will it take for you to compete with those other teams in the American?
Yeah, well, that's a good question.
I know that was kind of a loaded question. I get you right there.
It needs to happen, right? But I'll say this: hey, we're going to have a good football team. Yeah. I just don't know when. There's so much turnover, right? And I think a lot of coaches are probably saying the same thing because of the turnover. And so I think what's it going to take? I think just we're on schedule. We're going to need to have a healthy August. To a good start.
20 years in the MAC, right? It's going to be a little different. Now you're going to be studying some other teams on film, right? It's going to be a little different.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Well, we are sure that you'll adjust very quickly, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us here on the desk today.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Let's take a look at Charlotte's schedule.
And now,
he said there is a game against a former NFL coach named Bill Belichick, but there's also some really great matches.
well, one of those games will take on North Carolina by Bill Belichick. Oh boy, it's gonna be a good one. And now we're gonna listen to 2 football players for Charlotte 49ers as well. So, matter of fact, they're right here, right now. Let's listen in. It's the very last team that we're going to interview today. Let's listen in once again.
Came down here, able to make it home at a decent time of day, so it's pretty cool.
I think that's the best part, just being able to still be able to practice and get better throughout the day for the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's awesome. You guys still had practice and you're here at media day. I mean, never stops, grind never stops, right? Well, Johnny, I want to start with you. You entered the transfer portal at the end of last season. You were just hearing your head coach talk a little bit about your decision, but what ultimately made you decide to stay, and what was it about Coach Albin that led you to continue to stay in Charlotte?
Absolutely, that's a great question. Coach Albin,
Oh,
I had a conversation conversation with him. And I've been in the portal for about 2 weeks. Had a conversation with him, and it was like a 2-hour conversation. And that when I knew that, like, you know, I'd always loved Charlotte. Charlotte was always been the place for me. But, you know, having a conversation with him, the vision he has for his program, there's no way that I could pass up on that opportunity. And the coaches are great, you know, so the opportunity was in front of me, and I knew that I had to take advantage of it.
Coach Aquarius, what was it about Coach Alvin that sold you to continue to stay and play for him this season?
Yeah, he wanted to just push all the players to their best extent. I really just like to play for competitive coaches. You know, just hearing his background, seeing his background, and seeing what he did at Ohio. Like, that was amazing to me. I remember we had our second conversation, and
Really? Yeah, that's what you just play on the house.
Those conversations and getting closer to him, just having that family bond and amazing.
And then for the both of you, how good is it to have such an experienced leader at the helm of this program after a little bit of uncertainty? I feel like Charlotte's needed some stability in years past, but how is having some experience going to help propel this team's success?
Yeah,
I'm going to see you right now.
A lot of confidence.
He's
He's a great
really
leader.
had a
He's a
great
great
time.
man. And he's won a lot of football games. And I'm really excited about that because, you know, I want to win games. We all want to win games.
For real?
Everybody on our team has that one, that going on. You know, we want to win football games. And we don't, most importantly, you know, we want to win football games for the city. You know, Charlotte deserves it. As, you know, each person on our team deserves it as well, too. So.
Ain't it?
Whereas I want to ask you, last season you weren't able to play until the back half of the season due to some NCAA eligibility reasons, but now back for another year at Charlotte. How excited are you to just be able to get your feet on the field and get to action?
Yes, man. Yeah, last year that was a bit of a pickle. I just feel like, you know, I just want to play football. Honestly, that's my biggest goal, just to one day be able to make it to the league and get that opportunity that I deserve, or I feel as if I deserve. So at the end of the day, I just want to play, just be able to ball, just let me free and do what I can do for that to be able to help the team.
I feel like the identity for Charlotte has kind of been up in the air the past couple of seasons, but from a player's perspective, for the both of you, what is the identity of Charlotte heading into this season?
Yes.
Okay. I would say it's more just a family. Like, we are really building that family bond. It's more committed. We're all going in the same direction, and I feel like that's what we missed last year, and that's what the coach Alvin and his staff was able to bring in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we kind of said it all right there. Family.
Hey, what you crazy?
You know, we want to be a tight football team.
I don't know if that's how
Everybody,
you.
you know each other on a personal level, you know, and love each other on a personal level. I think that's the biggest part when it comes to having success in a football program. So.
Absolutely, and let's talk about the schedule. I mean, week 1 you open up Duke Mayo Classic right here at home at Bank of America Stadium, but just talk to me about the hype and the build up for that game, and just renewing that rivalry with App State.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never gotten to play against App State.
So these are the only teams, but
it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be really exciting.
I look at you right on my face sometimes, you know.
Really competitive. Really excited about it.
I feel like that's going to be a game where.
And also, Charlotte 49ers will take on Georgia Bulldogs on November 22nd. That's going to be a tough game. But their last home game is going to be on November 15th. That's all. And that will be a senior day, and so that's going to be a big day, honestly.
And then for you too, it doesn't stop
Yeah.
there. I mean, you are a Patriots fan. We talked about that a little bit, but it just so happens you'll be facing your former school, and as well as
We never going to see the
Belichick.
women's basketball. And while we down there, let's see what the players are making even to meet.
I'm very excited just to be able to play an NFL coach, period, is something
The
that
whole,
I've
yep.
to my entire life. So
Women's
just to
basketball.
be able to see what they're going to be able to come
You'll be
with this
coming out
season,
too.
I'm ready to rock out, honestly.
It's going to be in Philadelphia.
Anytime you get an opportunity to play, you know, the team like North Carolina.
I'm really keen on looking at that. Well, I think
It's definitely exciting. So, you know, that
I will send you the link, of course,
It's
and
gonna be great senior Charlotte, you know, for both programs. So.
Well, thank you so much for joining me here.
and that is from Charlotte 49ers, and we done all these teams.
Football Media Day, guys. It's been awesome. Wishing you both the best of luck this season.
We'll see. We'll watch the games of the upcoming season.
Thanks.
Yeah.